guys, welcome back to my channel. I am flying out to Australia today and I'm so excited. I thought it would be a good day to show you how I stay healthy and how I stay fit while traveling. Last year I traveled with Adidas for 2 months where I was gone 3 days out of the week for those 2 months, and I managed to stay fit and healthy. And so I just wanted to bring you along and show you what I do on a long flight like this, and also what you can do if you travel a lot during your work week. I'm going to the gym right now so that I am exhausted and tired for the long flight. I have a really hard time sitting still for that long, so I like being like a little tired when I go on a long flight like that. When you go on long flights, you never know what you're gonna get on the flight. What I do know is that often the food has a lot of sauce and a lot of fat, and also now I'm plant-based. I would meal prep beforehand as well, so because usually there is vegetarian options, but because I don't know what I'm gonna get on the flight, I always make sure to meal prep. And so today I'm just making a bunch of veggies, and then I'm going to put in some meatless sausages, chop those up and put that in there, so I just have like a big, like, good meal prep. I'll have snacks with me as well, but first flight is 15.5 hours, and then I have a little layover in Melbourne, and then I have like an hour and a half to go to Adelaide. So it's just to make sure that I have enough food. I might be able to eat some of the food I get on the plane, but just to be on the safe side, I like to meal prep. If I don't meal prep, then I'm gonna want to eat what's on the plane, and then I'll have no choice but to eat it because I like to eat. But if you meal prep, then you'll have a choice. You can eat the food that's on the plane, but you can also choose to eat your own, or you can do both. I'm all packed up and on my way to the airport. Brock is so sweet, he's driving me there. You know you got a real one when he wants to drive you to LAX, because LAX is not fun. It's a mess. But I brought the meal prep and snacks with me. So the meal prep's in here, it's all in there, and then I got an apple and carrots, of course, because we all know I love carrots, and then just some peppers, delicious. And then a trick I always do is bring oatmeal and protein powder with me. I'll show you this. So in here is 1 cup of oatmeal and 2 scoops of protein powder, and then I'll ask for hot water, and then I got myself a little protein oatmeal. I'm very excited about that. I kind of want to make that right when I get to the airport. I put on 2 layers of pants I'm wearing, and then I am wearing, like, I don't know, a lot of shirts because it's so cold, and I always am so cold when I fly out. Right now I'm stretching my glutes because when I sit in an airplane too long, then my muscles start like aching. The reason I'm going to Australia is because my dad lives there, and he's lived there for 6 years now. I go there with my brothers that fly in from Denmark, and this year they're bringing their 2 girlfriends. My dad lives there with his girlfriend Kate and her 3 kids, so we're gonna be a full house this year. I go there every year for Christmas, except one Christmas I haven't been there. I was doing this dance job for 4 months in where I lived in China, in Beijing. We would travel around and work with different artists. So that year I didn't go to Australia, but other than that, I've been there every Christmas since he moved there. I grew up in Denmark. If anybody doesn't know, that's why sometimes my English is a little off and I make up my own words and stuff, because I just, you know, yeah, I'm so excited to see them. I don't see them very often because my brothers and my mom lives in Denmark. My mom's not coming with us, but I'll see her probably in March, so I'm excited to see her as well. She means the world to me. If you travel a lot, I really suggest you getting these bands. You can get them for your lower body, but you can also get longer ones that you can use for upper body workouts. And look at how much space there's right here. So that just means that you could get up and do a workout right here. I'm not gonna do that because I already worked out today. But you know, if you're sad that you never get to work out because you're traveling a lot, then that's a good idea. I actually love flying because when I go flying, it's like you're forced to just sit and kind of just like meditate for hours and hours. I always have these like huge, like life-changing thoughts. Also, I always make sure to bring some audiobooks with me. I buy new books every single month. So I think it's so important to constantly give your brain and your mind like positive new information. I'll always do like self-development books. Right now I'm listening to this one, High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard, and before that one I listened to Marie Forleo's Everything's Figureoutable, and that's like an awesome book as well. I love Gabrielle Bernstein, Lewis Howes, Tony Robbins. I just listened to, and Brené Brown. I listened to one of her books recently as well. I just love always giving my brain like new knowledge and things to improve in my life. And I think if we constantly give our brain like positive new information on how we can better our lives, I think it's like we'll always want to do better, because when you have the knowledge in things that you can do better than what you do now, then how could you settle? Like, you need to constantly be motivated and make sure that you're feeding your brain with positivity so that you can always better your circumstances and just really just live in the moment, be happy every single day, because we only have one life. So if we're not happy at this moment, then when will we be happy? It's like we're chasing something in the future, but we only have the now. So yeah, I definitely suggest that if you travel a lot, make sure to have some awesome audiobooks, and you can use the time traveling to get smart and change your life. Because if you want to change your life, you just gotta change your mind first. So it's actually kind of awesome in that way. I haven't even gotten on the flight yet, and I already ate my carrots and my apples, and now I'm eating my meal prep. It's really good. I'm happy. In Melbourne, it was a pretty good flight. I did eat some of the foods that they gave me, and it was actually really good, but I'm happy I brought my own food because it wouldn't have been enough. Before I started meal prepping when I was flying, I would always be like so hungry on the flight, so I'm glad I did. I myself a little corner. So I want to talk about how it's possible to stay fit if you are constantly flying and traveling. And I did this for 2 months last year with Adidas, and we would travel out every Thursday, and then on Friday we would work a 12-hour day, and then we would fly back on Saturday. So it was like 3 days out of the week that I would be gone. And what I always did was meal prepping so that I would have food for the day that I was flying out. And then I would bring like oatmeal and protein powder so that I could eat that for breakfast the day after. And what I did, even though it's super inconvenient and sometimes we would land like late at night, I would always go find a grocery store so that I could go find some like fresh foods so that I wouldn't go to some fast food place to eat dinner. I would just find a grocery store so that I would have food for the hotel room and food that I could bring with me on my job. Also because usually when you're on a 12-hour day, we would only have like snacks, and usually snacks are not very healthy. And so I would bring my own snacks, and then so that I could stay full till we would have lunch. I was always able to find some healthy option, and then I would have my snacks for the rest of the day till I got off. And again, because I went grocery shopping, I would have food for the flight back. It's so easy to make excuses and say, oh, I don't have time to meal prep. I'm not able to go to the grocery store and get some stuff. And I know you can't really cook in a hotel room, but there's a lot of things you can do. Just getting like fresh raw vegetables, eating that, and then there's always some sort of protein that you can buy that is like just straight from the grocery store, so you don't have to cook it. And then, yeah, that's what I did. I made it work. So it really is possible to make it work. And what I also would do is I would always work out before the flight we were leaving, and then even if we had like a really early call time on the Friday when we would work a 12-hour day, I would always get up and go do my workout before. If the gym sucked at the hotel that we were staying at, I would go for a run in the neighborhood really early in the morning. And some places we went to was really cold, but then I would pack clothes so that I could go for that morning run. And the same on the Saturday before our flight home, I would make sure to get my workout in. There's just no excuses, or there are plenty of excuses, but you're the one in charge. If you want to stay fit and you're traveling all the time, it's just you literally committing to it and making it work. I definitely learned a thing or two on those 2 months when I was traveling and I wanted to stay consistent with my workout routine. I'd just gotten into a really good routine and I didn't want to break it. Let's say I didn't think there was a way to do it healthy, and I would have eaten healthy those 4 days, but then the 3 days when I was traveling, I'd be like, oh well, I don't have a choice. That would honestly ruin the rest of the days. For me, I just like having a healthy lifestyle, and then when I feel like eating something that's like ice cream or whatever, that I really enjoy ice cream. So for me, it would maybe be like when I really want ice cream, then I'll eat ice cream, but I won't make this huge thing about it. Also because I'm used to living a healthy lifestyle, I'll know when I've had enough ice cream, so I'll eat the ice cream, but I might not eat the whole pan. So I think it's really about making it a habit, like just like living this healthy lifestyle, and the only way you can do that is first force yourself to do it, and then it'll slowly become a habit, and then it'll be a lot easier from there, I promise. Working out. I just wanted to show you that if you want to get a little workout in while you're at the airport, it's possible. Look, I found a space right here where nobody is, and so I could just do a little workout if I wanted to. You could also do a little ab workout on the ground. So, you know, it's possible. No excuses. Just get the healthiest option on the menu, and if there's cheese on it, say no cheese, and if there's sauce on it, say no sauce, and then I know you're gonna do the best that you can. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be filming my workouts this entire week while I'm in Australia, and so if you want to see those, I think you should subscribe so that you're notified once those come up.